गुड मॉर्निंग फ्रेंड्स। आज नया टॉपिक लेके आया हूँ सेल्सफोर्स में फ्लो बिल्डर्स का इंट्रोडक्शन देखते हैं। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। Overview: Lightning Flow or the Simply Flow help you the automated the complex business process and the annual data entry. Flow let you the work smarter, not the harder, by the saving your the users time and the making sure required tasks are the accomplished correctly. Next, what is a flow in Salesforce? Salesforce Flow are an automation tools provided by the Salesforce which can be used to perform various tasks like sending emails, posting charters, sending the custom notifications. Flow it is the most powerful automations tools provided by Salesforce. It can be triggers for records, insert, update, and records, delete, and it can be run flow both after and before event. In Salesforce Flow, it is a tool that automated complex business process. Simply put it college data and then does something with that data. Flow builders is the declarative interface used to build individual flow. Flow builders can be used to the build code like the logic without the using the programming language. Next, type of flow in Salesforce. What are the different type of the flow in Salesforce? Correctly, we have the following type of the flow in the Salesforce flow. Second types: screen and auto launcher. Third, auto launcher the flow. Schedule the triggers, record triggers, platform event triggers, auto launch no triggers. Next, what are the different type of the flow? There are the five types of the flow. Screen flow, schedule triggers flow, auto launched flow, records trigger flow, and platform event triggers flow. And screen flow, it can be called using the button or an action that display in the lightning page or of the utility bar. It is a RPS as a screen for users to interact with screen flow and cannot be automatically triggers. These are the flow that is how UI element and the require input from the users. These type of the flow are the either launcher and the action and embedded and as and the element or lightning page. And records trigger flow, it is a begin when a records is a created, updated is a functionality is similar to the process builders. This auto launched flow run in the background either before and records save after the records is a save when a records is created and updated deleted. Next, auto launched flow. This can be called Apex process builders or another flow. They can be perform actions automatically behind the scenes. Run automated the task with this flow type launched. Run automated the task with the this flow type of the auto launched flow can be the invoke from other flow subflow process builders from the within the Apex class from the set schedules from the records change or from the platform event. Next, schedule triggers flow. It's run automatically on of the requiring schedules. It is a helpful for job perform frequently or on schedule once daily weekly. This auto launched flow launch at a specified time and the frequency for each records in the batch and they run in the backgrounds. Next questions. Platform event triggers flow. When a platform event the message is received, this auto launched flow run in the background. Check out of the example for schedule triggers flow pull from the well-known the Salesforce group. Next, what are the best practice of the creating the flow? Some of the best practice to be the follow when you're creating flow are: plan the flow, understand the business process that needs to be automated using the flow, draw the step-wise the default details required. This will help the determine what of the element and action the flow and needs. It will be also help the understand flow, how or the when the flow is a instant. Next, create and test the flow. Create and test flow in the sandbox or the developer environment. Before production, creating the flow directly into the productions. Create and tricks of creating and modifying or the deleting data in productions. Next questions. Sorry. Next, perform the data manipulations. Flow run under the apex governor limit. It is a wise to the combine all of the data in manipulation, create the modify the delete and perform date them at a end of the flow. Next, do not the hard code id are org specific and build case and error in the flow executions when the deploy to the other environment. Next, save the flow and regularly when the creating flow are not be saved automatically in case of the sections time out of the internet issue. One can be lose the developer flow unless explicitly save it. It is to recommend to save and program the regularly. Next, always build in the errors handlers. Include a fault path in the flow designed to the graphically handle an error in the flow and the show custom errors message. Next, takes possible path the flow can be take. In the case of the complex flow, the flow can be take the multiple path and depending on the data and the decision configure make sure the text as many paths are possible. Next, ability to negative to the previous screen. Avoid the giving the user and functionality to the more backward into the flow. This is can be case in the flow to the make duplicate data change in the database is not the handle carefully. Next, what are the major limit of the using the flow? Apex transactions limit growing flow in case of the exceed the governor limit in limit the complete transaction. It is a rollback if the change made by transaction will be rolled back up even there if there it is a fault back path defined the limit of the target transaction will be governor to into auto launcher the flow integrated as a part of larger transactions flow have event based the element that is determined how many flow interview are the allocated per month. The intelligent allocated for the ORG can view and set up the company informations. Next, what are the some of the flow and considerations? There are flow consideration to the keep in mind when the creating flow in the five are the listed flow. Flow can be accessed to data only if the running user and permission to access the feeds. In case flow tries to the update and feeds that is not be editables by the users flow fails. This sensor can be the avoided by the using the setting filters as in assemble feeds. The setting can be the found in setup the process automation the testing. In transaction where the Salesforce create the update, delete and data in the ORG, then attempt to the access external data in the some transaction are errors occur as a separate transaction recommendation to the access data in external system in the flow and the period the transaction by the adding to puts element or the screen element. when a user section XY in the progress flow interview the interpreted and cannot be the resume if the flow executed actions such as a records, manipulation or the chatter force, those actions are not the allowed back, but any other the progress that the flow such as the user's data entire the one of the screen is lost. Next, what are the some of the basic flowing features? Manager tabs. The manager tabs is display the exiting the resource. Each is the resource represent a value that is a reference. So, thought though the flow, some of the resources are the variable collections, constants, formula, and choice. Next, variable are used to the store data used to the inflow. The variable can be the of type, text, number, records, date, currency, boolean, pick list, or object records to the name flow. And next, collections. Collection are used to the store list of the variable. They are the used to process multiple record at a time. Next, constant are the value you set once and if never the change. Constant are recommended when the flow need to the reference the sum value multiply times. Next, formula. Formula is used to display and dynamic value depending on of the other the value in the flow. Next, choice. Choice are used to the screen flow to the show open to the users. Next, element tab. The element tab is the display integrations, the logic, and the data determine the value were available for the flow and each element in action. The flow can be executed. New element can be the created from the element tabs. Next, integration element. Screen element is user interface for of the flow and the screen can be the user and display information can be used to the collect data from the users. This element in available only screen the flow. Next, uh, actions. Action is the external action that is future extend the functionality of the flow. Some example for the action apex stand emails. Next, some flow. A flow can be any initiative another flow logic element. Next, decisions speed flow depending on of the data that is being the sent for the decision element. Next, assignment. Assignment give the value of two variable. Loops handle the multiple variable at the once using the corrections. Next, data element allow to flow fetch create the update and delete records in the database. The element include the get records, create the rounds, update records, and delete records, get the round. It is used to fetch records from the database, create records, update records, and the delete records are used to activate the data in the database. Next, connect. Connectors decide the available path that is a flow can be take run time. Various element in the flow are the connected using the connectors available. Some type of the connectors are the unlabeled decision or outcome fault push for each others. Next, what are the Salesforce flow allow you to the build complex business automation using the click instead of the code as a admin flow and going to be your the business friends, and because you will be able to handle the majority and complex business requirement without the help of the Salesforce developers. The benefit of the Salesforce flow and other the easy to maintain the because anyone the assuming the flow and should be able to the flow and along the with what you build. flow are the symbol throughout the set of the menu. Simply enter the flow into the quick find box and the create a new flow and to get the started. There are three main building block of the any flow. First element are the individual building block of the flow. This perform the logical actions such as assignment, decision, lookup. There are also the data element that is will be query, database, commit, records, changes. Next, connector determine the which of the element leads which of the winter the 21 elements out of the layout and the connect element and together automatically. Next, resource are the individual variable of the data that are be to use to inflow and this can be the string of the text number of records in formula collections. You can see this is action of one of the flow canvas below the this example flow below the declarative replacement for of the before triggers in the start element at the top. You can the see that is that the triggers is a when you triggers is a record created of the edited and should be runs and before the records is saved. Next, what are the basic flowing features? One of the field and hand side of you can flow canvas you will be toolbox depending on one of the flow that is you are the working in whether is a screen flow at a launcher flow. You will be different certain tools. Next, manager tabs. In the screenshot below you can be see managing the contain the exiting the element resource of the flow. This is from that launch of the flow. This is a where you are resource are the kept some of the example resource variable collection constant formulas and choice variable where you can store data used to in the flow. There can be the text number, records, date, and currency book, boolean, pick list, just to be name and file. Collection collection are group of the list variables stored together. Collection allow you to the process multiple record on the bulk file you the flow. Consider are your value you it is a you set once and the never change. They are the useful when you want to the reference single value multiply them the thought the you are the flow. If you ever need to the change that is value you can need to the change in it once and it is a thought out their flow formulas display dynamic value of the data depending on the value within the user flow. If you need to the calculated future that date based when you the flow was run formula will be helpful if you need to calculate it and set of the currency based on of the interest rate and formula can be the user and choice are used this screen element to the display an option to the users. Next, element integration logic data element. Next you have to element screen. This is where you can create new resource and element. This is a flow and screenshot. Have to you will be screen element because I look the screenshot in the screen flow which will not be appear to the flow type of the does not support screen such as a automated flow. There are number of the different elements that is a dynamically show up the depending on the type of the flow and you are the working with integration element include the screen action and subflow. Screen the element only available in the screen flow allow you to the present and screen to the users. This screen can be display information from the data you are the flow in workflow one of the can be used to collect and information can be users. Action element allow you can pass data thought to the pre-existing standard of the custom actions such as a send emails, quick the create and custom apex actions. sub flow element allow you to call and order the flow within you can current flow. This is means that is you can have to another complex flow setup. The you don't have need to the replacement the logic you are the new flow. This is also make maintain desire the you only need to the update you are the logic once if you designing your the flow and build the enough. Next element, logic element including decisions, assignment of the loops. Decision allow you to the slip your the flow and depending on the data type, mm, data that being the sent thought. Assignment you assignment allow you to the give the value of the variable. Loops allow you to the handles multiple variables at once using the collections. Data element include the create, update, get, and delete and records. Next, externally, any times you want to the edit and records the Salesforce database, you will be need to the one of one of this data element. This is will be also dynamically display depending one of the type of flow and you are the running. If you are not running before triggers flow, you will be not only able to the user get the for example. Next, a Salesforce flow compounds in interactions, logic, data element, interactions, logic, and data. And screen, actions, subflow, assignment, decisions, loop collections, short, create the records, update records, delete records, and get started. Next, Salesforce Flow is a limited and consultation limit is per flow in interview executed element runtime per flow 2000 general flow in limit version per flow 50 active flow for flow 5 and professional editions and 200 in all of the others. Total flow for flow type of the 5 professional edition and 4000 in all of the others. Pre-transaction flow limit, total number of SQL queries ensues 100, total number of the records retrieved by the SQL queries and 15,000, total number of the DML statement issues 150, total number of the records processed at the result of the DML statement 10,000. Next, Salesforce Flow at user force Apex. Here are the some different between the Salesforce builders and Apex classes. Salesforce Flow builders flow features are not the limited based on the editions. Flow can be built by the Salesforce admin. Use Salesforce Flow builders for the simple automation and the notification works. You can perform the API if I call out from the Salesforce flow. Next, Apex. Apex is not available in the external and some Apex features are limited professional. You should have to development skills to build to Apex triggers. Use Apex for the complex logic. Recommend to the use to Apex enterprise Salesforce interactions work. और थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, आज हमने देखा है सेल्सफोर्स में फ्लो क्या होता है। तो मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में। थैंक यू, बाय।